Hello and welcome. We are in Ajmer with Sachin Pilot. He's probably one of the youngest MPs contesting this election in Rajasthan. Sachin's family seat has become a reserved constituency now and he's been moved to Ajmer. Everybody knows Sachin in Delhi, but in his new constituency, do his voters really know them? Sachin, how is it like getting to know your voters in Ajmer? You've moved here from Dausa. Why did you choose Ajmer?
Well, I believe that Ajmer is A, a very historical place, and B, it has a mix of urban areas and rural areas. And a lot of young people in Ajmer I had been interacting with, I was very fond of. And I really believe that this place has the potential which has so far been untapped compared to the other large cities in Rajasthan. And I also believe that the people here have a great potential, especially the young people. They're vibrant, they're ready to go. And I believe that if we work together as a team, there's a lot that we can do here for the city as well as the whole district.
I have one young voter here and she's got a very relevant question. What's your question?
Hello ma'am, my name is Ambika Saxena. I would like to ask that these days youths are not giving votes. So what are you doing to encourage them to give the votes?
Today in India we have 43 million first-time voters. So the fact that 43 million people will hold the key to who will form the next government, who will be Prime Minister, I think that sense of responsibility that your one single vote can make a difference. The participation in the last assembly elections in Delhi was a case in point, where lots of young people came out and voted. So younger people, I believe, are getting more interested in the process, asking more questions, making leaders more accountable, and that's a very positive sign for our political landscape for the future.
Hello sir, I am Imani Jain. Sir, you are the candidate from out of Ajmer. Do you aware of the problem related to Ajmer?
The facilities that are being given to young people in larger cities, for example, in Bombay, in Delhi, in Bangalore, in Calcutta, why must not those facilities be available to you in Ajmer? Those are the issues that I will stand up for, and I think there is unanimity in that view. There is no dispute in that. So I don't think my passport, which city I was born in, my father was in the Air Force, I was born in UP, my sister was born in Hyderabad. So we kept moving around. I think that what you do for the place is much more important, and what vision you have and what commitment you have, rather than whether you were born in the hospital in the same city or not.
Yeah, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Deepak. My question is, what would you be doing about this appalling acceptance and perpetuation of inequality, social inequality, even perpetuated by the government itself?
We have a lot of baggage of history. We have a history of 5,000 years where these caste lines, religious lines, these are what I think are fault lines, and somehow they've been perpetuated. They're getting wider and wider. Let's go beyond the city of Ajmer and talk about the state and the nation itself. We have so many castes and religions and ethnicities and languages and customs, and it's a continent in this country. And the fact that we have to keep the essence of our Indianness together, that is only possible once, like you said, we have to make everyone a stakeholder in our collective future.
Somewhere you also do feel that you get pushed into fighting an election on caste arithmetic, isn't it? I mean, that is an Indian reality.
Electoral politics and the nuances of how the social setups determine election results is a reality, but it's not a reality in total. If you think that you can just add up the caste numbers and run it through a computer and you'll have a result, that's not how it is. Times are changing, and I think unless you're able, not only able, are willing to carry people along with you, people from across the cross-section of society, only then will you see, I think, a fruitful, positive message of politics. And it has been my endeavor, and ever since I've been in politics now, 9 years now, is to try and carry people from all sections together.
And hopefully things are going to change because people here are coming up with some really relevant issues, at least the youth here. I have one backbencher. So let's see what you have to say.
Hi, I'm Swati. So I wanted to ask, what is the government going to do to encourage youth to enter politics?
Well, you have Rahul Gandhi's Youth Brigade.
No, I think it's not. Governments really can't issue diktat that I'll have so many young people, but parties can, political parties can. And I'm proud to tell you here that my party, in our manifesto, we have said that so many of these Panchayat Raj institutions, 3 tiers, village level, town level, municipal, corporations, we propose to reserve a section of those seats for people below the age of 35. Now I think it's a fantastic effort on the part of the Congress party to really demarcate these number of seats only people who are below 25.
Sachin, beyond going the allegations on you from your opposition, I would like to ask a simple question. What were your achievements during when you were the MP in Dosa for the youths? What did you did for the youths in Dosa? Kindly.
So I think once you start demarketing, when you do things, when you work for an area, you're providing facilities. Now, for me, the most important thing in my earlier constituency was to make sure that there's connectivity. Whether it's highways, whether it's railway lines, whether it's telephone connectivity. So when you start saying that this is specifically for the youth, yes, we worked with many NGOs. We made sure that enough young people are taking part
I'm asking
in
about the colleges. How many colleges did you open?
I'm telling you.
Was
So
there any
a lot
something like that?
a lot of private institutions were encouraged. We had a few of them opening their centers in Dosa. A lot of coaching institutions were taking. And a lot of people from Dosa were encouraged to travel to Delhi and to Bombay to study and get higher education and then go back and contribute back into society.
Okay, we have time now for one quick question, the last question. Yeah.
Hello sir, my name is Ekta. So I want to ask you a major question that why election meetings only held in election period, during election period? How can people contact with their leaders after elections?
It's a very good question. But meetings have become election meetings because elections are going on. But the continuous interactions must take place. I have always made sure that this interaction and debate and deliberations and getting feedback and keeping in touch is the only way of doing politics. You can't expect people today to not hear from their representatives and the last 2 or 3 months come and do this campaign sort of a thing and then make sure that people vote for you. It doesn't happen anymore. Times have changed. So this continuous interaction both ways, it shouldn't just be a monologue. It must also be a feedback format where you hear from what people want from you and then you work together. That sort of teamwork is required. But elections are a critical time for politicians. So they do more efforts, I think, during election time.
Okay, so that's really what we have time for right now. But as Sachin promised, he's going to be accountable and accessible. And I'm going to give his mobile number and his email address to all the people here so they can SMS him and keep in touch with him. And we'll make sure he's a known face in the hinterlands, even in Rajasthan, rather than just in Delhi. In Ajmer, Harsha Kumari Singh, NDTV.